Roofers and contractors, in this video, we are going to be going over from A to Z the entire process of building out a campaign in 2026. And so we're going to start with essentially how to build it out, how to target, how to create the instant forms. And this is going to be just Meta based. Now, we do have other softwares like Go High Level that we use, but let's get into it. So we are here in Meta. Obviously, what you're going to want to do is under your business manager, you're then going to want to go to your ads manager, and you're going to simply create plus create button right here. We're going to go leads, and then from one, we're going to go to leads. We have obviously campaign, ad set, and then ad level. Think of this kind of as like the hierarchy. The campaign is the overlapping ad set. This is kind of be where we target how much money we want to spend per day. And these are the individual ads. So we just want to name something campaign name, just name of the company, just like that. And then we could also just put the date as well. So we could do like 01/25/26. Everything else we're not going to touch. Now, we do have two different options here. One is campaign ad spend budget, and then the second is ad set budget. So what does this mean? This means that we're going to either have the campaign budget, and then the campaign is going to distribute ad spend to multiple different ad sets, or we're going to do the ad set budget, and that ad set is going to get a fixed spend towards it, and then it's going to allocate the spend towards each ad in which it thinks it's going to perform best. So in most cases, we end up just doing ad set budget. So we just simply name it ad set budget, and that's all we're going to be touching here. So for ad set, the way we're going to name the ad set is simply just going to be broad, depending on how you're targeting. It could just be broad. Let's just say broad roofing appointments, and then we're also going to have the date. So we're going to be January 1st, January 25th, 2026. And so we're going to do not multiple conversions. We're going to be doing, let's see here, website and instant forms, or we're going to do single. We're just going to do instant forms. There's different ways in which you can target. I would say website is not ideal, right? Because like we have website is not ideal. So for the options that we do have, we have website, instant form, messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, calls, and then this is something else. So the way we've always done it, it's either instant forms or website. Website has a landing page on it, which is then built out in Go High Level, or depending on what you want to do, messenger, or if you want to just be super easy, super low maintenance, people can reach out to you like on messenger or on WhatsApp, or they can go directly to your DMs on Instagram, or they could just call you. But for the sake of this example, in this campaign, we're going to do let's say instant forms. So we have the page, we have the instant forms. Now for performance goal, we want to maximize the number of conversion leads. So this is going to help with quality. I mean, just purely based off of this definition itself, we'll try to show your ads to people who most likely convert after sharing their contact information with you. So this is just, again, going to help so much with lead quality, and just, again, purely based off of this definition alone. We want quality, not quantity. CRM integration, depending on your CRM, whether you're using Job Nimbus or Lead Conduit or whatever it might be, you can set that up here. Just establish a quick and easy API or a webhook in the automation, and then you'll be set. And then let's see here, calls per result, leave this empty, leave this empty, leave this empty. This is what we're going to be wanting to touch. Now, dynamic creative, you can have dynamic creative on, and this is going to just give you different variations of the creatives themselves. And so if you want to use this, you can. I've tested both for all of our clients, and we found that turning it off is typically best, and turning it off. And another thing that we're going to be wanting to do is not just turning that off, but also doing manual placements. And the reason for these two examples is because we don't want Meta to dictate where our ad spend goes, where our ads are placed, because it's only going to be most productive for its profits. And just to reiterate, just so that we understand this, we're going to want as much control as possible in Meta when running ads, because we don't want Meta or Mark Zuckerberg to control it, because he's only going to do what's best for his own self-interest. Now, yes, the platform is great, but when it comes to maximizing profit and what it thinks it's going to do best, it's not going to be in our favor. So hopefully that helps set the right thinking framework for what to do throughout this entire process and kind of the reason for some of my decisions. So just like I mentioned, placements, we're going to want to do edit placement controls. Let's see here. Actually, we're actually going to want to go to show more settings and then go to, let's see right here, placement controls. We're going to want to turn everything off except for 6 placements. And those 6 placements are going to be Facebook feed, Instagram feed, turn all this off, turn all this off, turn all this off, turn all this off. Stories, we're going to do Instagram stories, Facebook stories. Instagram stories, not this. We're going to do Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram reels, Facebook reels. Everything else we're going to want to turn off. And again, because there are just certain placements in Meta where people really aren't. And if we have ad spends going to these placements, we're essentially just burning ad spends, losing money, not just ad spend wise, but also losing leads, which then can convert into jobs. So we're losing money if we allow this to happen. Now, allow limited spend to excluded placements. Again, I don't like to have this on. You can split test this if you'd like, but it just really just comes down to preference and what it is that you want to do. So we have those placements. Let's see. We could turn this. Don't touch this. Now, when it comes, so for the sake of this example, we'll just keep Advantage Plus on. And the way we're going to target, guys, is really simple and straightforward. So let's say we're in Dallas, Texas. So there are 2 main ways in which we're going to target, and it's super simple and straightforward. The first is with a pin and a radius around it, just like how it is here. And the second is by zip code. What we found best that's worked for all of our clients is doing a pin in the radius while also dropping pins and excluding certain areas. So let's say, for example, we want to exclude this. We're going to drop that pin. We're going to click on the 3 dots, and then we're going to go to exclude area. This is going to exclude all ad spend and leads coming from this area. Now, we do it broad because Meta is really good at being able to kind of dictate what a good client is or what a good lead is and what a good lead isn't. And so we're going to leave that up to Meta's basically engineering. And if we do have to put these exclusionary boundaries on the outside, that's entirely okay. Now, it doesn't hurt to do it, but we've also don't want to do like 50 of these because it's just then going to confuse the algorithm. So either just do 1 or 2 radiuses for where we want to generate, and then maybe 1 or 2 radiuses where we want to exclude. Okay, so once this is set, another piece of information which is really useful is that if you are doing multiple ad set or multiple pin with a radius around it, what we don't want happening is this. We don't want pin and a radius to kind of overlap with each other, because then it's going to increase cost per lead and essentially compete with one another. So we do not want this to happen. It's entirely okay if you want to separate these two, but if you want to do this, make sure that they don't overlap. That's massive. Now, we always want to start the following day. So if this is the 26th, if today's the 25th, then we want to start one following day afterwards. Now, does it depend on the day or the day of the week to launch? That's a great question, and I'm firm in my belief that typically Sunday through Thursday works best. Don't do Friday or Saturday for launch date. Just from our own experience, performance is typically better then, and so we're gonna want to do 26th at 4 p.m. 4 a.m. Eastern for ad spend, guys. I always recommend $50 a day in ad spend. That's bare minimum to start. And just because if there's anything less than that, like if you're spending 15, $20, then you're not going to get the feedback data as quick as possible. And over the course of 2-3 months of optimizing campaigns with a $20 a day ad spend, you could legit cut that in a third of the time by increasing the ad spend to $50. So anything less than $50, you're going to move really slow. You're not going to see any results, and then you're going to question lead quality. You're going to question whether or not it works. And I'm telling you right now, it's because you're not spending enough. Now, once you do have a crystal clear ROI as to what's working and what's not, you then can start to scale. But this all comes with tracking and data and having the right systems and tracking sheets in place on the back ends. And now having served over 40 contractors, where we always recommend a bare minimum $50 to start. And again, this is really on the low end. Now, what I will say about spending money is that we should not be thinking of it as a scarcity mindset. Money is abundance, and that's how we should be thinking about ad spends. Because at the end of the day, if there's a system on earth where you could put $1 in and get 6, 7, 8 out, and that's meta, if you crack it, why wouldn't you just throw as much money as you can into it? So think of it as an abundance mindset, and don't feel scared about spending the money, because the truth is, it takes money to make money in this world, and that's just how it goes. So then we're going to go to ad set. Ad set, we would just want to label either like still one and then the date, so 1/25, 26, or video one, or however much it might be. Now, another really important thing that I want to cover, again, connect to your Facebook, connect to your Instagram. You can use multi-advertiser ads if you want. So this is essentially, let's see, this is essentially when you're scrolling, you have ads that pop up in like pockets of 4. Your ad would be in that pocket of 4. So you can do this, or you don't have to. We've tested both. We think it's better with. Now, add creative, we're just going to simply select the creative here. If this is me, if I want to just use this as one of my still images, we're then going to write primary text, headline, description. Now, I will recommend put 5 out of 5 stars with the stars here, and then depending on how many Google reviews you have, just put that as well. Headlines, test, I would say at least 2 to 3 different headlines. Primary text, test at least 2 different primary text. And then let's see here, tracking, we want to, it'll be a website event, so contracting pixel, this is my pixel right here. You're going to want to make sure that the pixel is actually tracking, and hence exactly why performance of ads performs better over time. And that's because the pixel conditioning gets better over time. And for your instant form, keep it super simple, guys. No need to overcomplicate anything. Like, this is one of our instant forms, and again, this is how simple it is. So what we have here is just a couple quick qualifying questions regarding you. What type of company do you have? Now, this is B2B, not B2C. How many roofs do you do a month? On average, quick information regarding you, privacy policy, wait, you're not done yet, and then onto a booking page. Now, this booking page can either be a scheduling page into your CRM, or this could be your website, and they could fill out their information again for a quote or whatever it might be. So it's that simple. This is how we set everything up. Now, I will create a video on the specifics of how to write copy, how to test headlines, but I just want you guys to get the high level overview as to how we set everything up on our end for our B2B ads. Now, while also, again, of course, making it relatable to you for your B2C ads for your roofing customers. And so I hope this video helps you guys understand how we set everything up, how much to spend, how to think about spending, how to make sure that we have full control over the entire process, as opposed to Meta dictating where we put our ads, as opposed to Meta dictating what type of music or what type of AI it's using for us, right? Like, we want to have as much control throughout the entire process. So Just to reiterate, in the campaign overview, we don't want to touch anything besides ad set budget. Just rename it ad set level, name it, make sure you connect your Facebook and Instagram, make sure you've accepted the terms here, maximize number of conversion leads, make sure you have your pixel, and the pixel is used to track and give data back to Meta so that the performance of the ads get better over time. Don't fill any of this stuff out. We can use dynamic creative if you'd like, or you can just turn it off. It really depends. I have to test it. $50 a day at bare minimum. Think of money as abundance, and you have to. It takes money to make money. That's the truth of this world. Now, if you get leads for free, or if you work with really cheap providers, don't then complain when you aren't getting the results that you want. Make sure you set the ads to launch the following day, always at 4 a.m. the following day, if not 6 a.m. latest. Launch either Sunday through Thursday, not Friday or Saturday. For saved audiences, you won't have to do that. Just make sure that you are putting the targeting either by a pin and a radius, exclude certain areas, or by zip codes if you want. And then ad transparency, don't worry about this. Placements, just these 6 placements that we spoke about. And so if you are a roofer or a contractor and you are looking for 15 to 30 plus qualified exclusive appointments a month on a zero risk basis, we're not Angis, we're not HomeAdvisors, click the link in bio and schedule a call to speak with a member of our team to see how we can help you, if at all. And we will be in touch, and we'll talk soon.